Welcome back to the program. Chris Kensler from FoxNews.com. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Laura.
And last time you were here, we were talking about Lindsay Lohan.
I know, it's becoming something of an obsession with us here, I believe.
Well, she continues to, she pops up in the news.
It's not our fault.
It's not our fault. What is happening this time? This time it has to do with some money.
Yes, apparently, well, definitely the IRS has seized her bank accounts.
Wow. That's pretty serious. I mean, when you get to that level, you're in
Exactly.
pretty deep water.
There was a lien on her for several months now, and they finally had enough, and they seized her bank accounts out of nowhere. She wasn't even expecting it. Usually when something like that happens, the person is actually informed, but we have a source on the inside who's telling us that they did it this way because they were afraid that she was going to transfer all of the money to different accounts that they didn't even know existed at this point.
Even the IRS doesn't trust Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, and apparently they may have good reason because she gets all of this appearance money whenever she shows up at a club or at a red carpet. You know, that she'll get $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Lots of stars do this. There's nothing illegal or wrong about that. But Lindsay always demands to be paid in cash.
Right.
And the IRS is looking into whether she is actually declaring any of these cash payments that she's been receiving over the last 2, 3, 4 years.
Now you say it's not uncommon for stars to get paid these big ticket payouts for making these appearances, but do a lot of stars ask for cash?
A lot of stars do ask for cash, especially the big ones. Anybody who can attract cameras basically asks for money. Most of them, however, sign contracts, so it's easy for the tax man to find out how much they made, and they have to declare it just like they do any other income.
She wants everything under the table.
She wants a lot of it under the table, according to a source that we have who's close to the case right now.
Okay.
So that's where the IRS is looking and why they have, in fact, seized her accounts. When she was arrested last week, actually, after allegedly punching somebody in a nightclub at 4 in the morning, the reason given was that she was afraid that person was going to steal her sister's purse, a purse that reportedly contained $10,000 in cash.
Right.
Who carries around $10,000 in cash?
Somebody who doesn't want to report it, perhaps, allegedly.
Right.
Now, this is not, for her, this is not as easy as paying back taxes, right? I mean, she can't just say, oh, sorry about that, there must have been a mistake, let me pay it for you.
Exactly. This is in addition to the back taxes. She already owes $230,000, I believe, in back taxes.
Right.
Charlie Sheen stepped up and paid a portion of that for her. As a good Samaritan, paid $100,000 of her taxes for her. But this is in addition to those back taxes. They want to see exactly how much she has made and how much she has declared.
What a mess. All right, well, we can find out more about Lindsay Lohan's IRS problems on FoxNews.com. So look for that. There's the article there, and there she is looking fabulous, probably getting paid right there as we speak, and talk about her for that appearance. But there's also somebody else we want to talk about, Kate Middleton.
Yes.
Kate Middleton is out of the hospital. Is she out of the woods? What do we know?
She's out of the hospital, and it sounds like her extreme morning sickness is a thing of the past.
Okay.
Or at least something that she doesn't have to be hospitalized for anymore. She came out today. There she is, looking fantastic.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like she's been having extreme morning sickness for the past few weeks.
A little makeup will do wonders.
A little makeup, exactly, and a stylist. That also helps.
That's right. And those flowers, she looks cheery and cheerful. For a second, I thought it was Katie Holmes when she came out. But she looks beautiful.
She looks great.
Of course, the paparazzi hanging around. I mean, a lot of people are really worried about her, not just because of her health. And, of course, everybody is cheering her on and rooting for these two to have a beautiful child and make it all the way through pregnancy. But I've got to imagine that the stalkerazzi on her is just going to be, is it going to be worse than Diana?
Well, that's what people are afraid of. And that's why we've talked to royal watchers, and they say that we can probably look forward to not seeing as much of her in the future as we have in the past. She's probably going to be ensconced in one of the many castles they have scattered about the country, where she will be looked after. She'll probably go out for very planned public appearances, but it won't be the kind of access that she's been giving to her public so far. Okay, well, at least we've got some good news to report on the Kate front. Thank you so much, Chris Kensler, for being here and bringing this all to us from FoxNews.com. And you can follow Chris, too, at Fox411. Thanks for the 411. Appreciate it.